Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and the beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to previews, Xander Avant believes with certainty that Thomas Forrester was responsible for Emma Barber's horrific demise, although he is unable to provide any evidence for his claim. The police exonerated Thomas and dismissed the investigation after concluding that Emma's death was the consequence of a terrible accident. But Xander thinks Thomas intentionally ran Emma off the road. Xander could pull off a cunning plan because he wants to show Hope Logan what Thomas is capable of and shield her from his evil side. Thomas' life is disintegrating due to Xander's return to B&B. Therefore, a fierce altercation between these rivals is inevitable. Xander must confront Thomas at some time and vent his fury over Emma's terrible conclusion. That may present Xander with a chance to surreptitiously record Thomas. Xander may be hoping to set Thomas off in some way, so he will acknowledge what he feels to be true. Maybe Xander will believe he can rile Thomas up to the point where he confesses to wanting Emma gone for good. Naturally, Thomas only told Hope the most of what happened that evening, but he maintained that things didn't go as Xander claimed. Thomas, who didn't want Emma to die, has been emphatic about his innocence. If Xander plays this just right, he might be able to get a recording of Thomas admitting differently. It could be sufficient, even if it wouldn't hold up in court, to present Hope with a very different Thomas. Although Hope feels Thomas has changed, Xander might raise doubts about whether that's actually the case. Is Thomas really a changed person, or is that just what he wants everyone to believe? Even if Xander is unable to persuade Thomas that he intended to permanently remove Emma from his life, he may still arrange to obtain documentation of him making more threats. Since Liam Spencer didn't appear shocked to hear Xander was back in town and concluded right away that Xander was making things tough for Thomas, there's a fair probability he's the one pulling the strings. Xander could try to gather information against Thomas and ruin his connection with Hope, whether Liam orders a covert recording or Xander pursues one on his own. In any case, Thomas could stick to his tale that he never wanted Emma to experience such a horrific catastrophe because the show is trying to portray him as a transformed man. If Thomas's atonement remains true, Xander's scheme might not succeed. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Xander will be updating his plan in upcoming episodes. Be sure to tune in for updates on his next move. According to Bold and the Beautiful previews on Thursday, January 15, Steffi Forrester will be pushed by John Finn Finnegan to ask the difficult questions and venture outside of her comfort zone. Just now, Finn encouraged Steffi to question her brother what really happened that night, since he's now more certain than ever that Thomas Forrester might have been the reason for Emma Barber's death. It's likely that Steffi will make reasons to skirt the subject during Thursday's B&B program. It's obvious that Steffi is afraid of upsetting Thomas and doesn't want to take the chance of his turning back. Finn could counter that learning the truth about what actually transpired when Emma's car went off the road is crucial. Finn feels that Steffi hasn't gotten the whole story from Thomas, so he'll hope that if she goes to him and puts pressure on him to tell the truth, maybe she may get the whole story. Steffi will eventually go looking for Thomas in order to fulfill Finn's demands on her. That will start a tough discussion and provide Thomas's version of events by the end of the week. Lee Finnegan will catch up with Finn in the interim and could detect fresh problems in his relationship with Steffi. Lee could advise Finn not to do anything that could endanger his marriage, regardless of whether he tells anybody about what's going on. Liam Spencer is going to uncover something very amazing somewhere. It appears that Liam will learn that Thomas proposed, and that he will likely see the engagement ring on Hope Logan's necklace when they are sharing moments. Liam will naturally wish that what he's seeing isn't what he's seeing, but Hope has to be sure that Thomas really asked her to marry him. Hope consented to wear the ring around her neck and keep it near to her heart because she was unable to offer Thomas the yes he desired at this time. Liam would believe that Hope is under pressure because Thomas even made the proposal, even if Hope would point out that Thomas is ready to wait. In Liam's opinion, This may be yet another indication that Thomas is regaining his obsession. Liam could admit that it truly isn't his concern any longer and remember how Hope previously told him to back off. Liam could feel compelled to alert Hope to the fact that she was traveling down a hazardous path at the same moment. It will appear to Liam that Hope is allowing Thomas to drag her farther and further into danger. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam will undoubtedly react negatively to Thomas' marriage proposal, so be sure to check back for more information on how this news will impact him. Brave and gorgeous Xander Avant's comeback plot is around exacting revenge on Emma Barber, as it is shown via spoilers that he still feels hurt by what happened to her. Xander is determined to hold Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, accountable and stop similar incidents from happening in the future, since he thinks Thomas is to blame for Emma's death. That was made very clear in the episode that aired on January 15, when Xander informed John Finnegan that they had to permanently sever their relationship with Thomas. That is, of course, an intriguing way to put it. Xander could already be thinking of a far worse scenario because the cops were unable to imprison Thomas. After Emma's crash, Thomas was found not guilty in the inquiry, so Xander realizes that additional action may be required to safeguard Hope Logan. It's crucial to remember that Xander is a disposable character who can be written out just as quickly as he can be brought back in. It's not like the program needs to be loyal to Xander or stay inside particular bounds. If B&B authors so choose, perhaps they will take Xander to the brink of irreverence for the purpose of drama. Given that Xander is already on the verge of losing control, it wouldn't be shocking if he was pushed to the brink. How far would Xander go to put a stop to Thomas permanently, like he mentioned? He's still furious at Emma's fate and Thomas's part in it. If Xander ended up being this storyline's antagonist, it would be a fascinating development. Since the program has been emphasizing Thomas' repentance for a long, they might want to maintain all of that development. Conversely, Xander can adopt a menacing demeanor and retaliate violently against Thomas. Maybe as part of his deranged revenge scheme, Xander will attempt to drive Thomas' car off the road. Still, Xander is determined to see Emma's rights upheld and will stop at nothing to achieve this goal. If Finn does something that enrages Steffi Forrester and puts Thomas in serious danger, he could regret feeding Xander's resentment. B&B writers can push Xander right over the edge for drama's sake if they want to, so maybe they will. It wouldn't be surprising if Xander was driven to his breaking point, since he's already teetering on the edge of spiraling out of control. Xander is still livid over Emma's fate and Thomas' role in it, so how far will he go to end Thomas for good like he was talking about? It'd be interesting if Xander essentially became the villain of this storyline. The show's been playing up Thomas' redemption for quite a while now, so they may want to keep all that progress intact. Xander, on the other hand, could take a sinister turn and fight back against Thomas in an extreme way. Maybe Xander could try to run Thomas' car off the road as part of his twisted revenge plot. Regardless, Xander wants justice for Emma and plans to do whatever it takes to get it. Finn may regret fueling Xander's vendetta if he does something that puts Thomas in grave danger and infuriates Steffi Forrester in the process. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Xander's beef with Thomas could blow up into some risky mayhem, so stick with us for updates on all the shocking news and dramatic curveballs. Stay in for updates on all the shocking news and dramatic turns as Xander's dispute with Thomas, according to spoilers on The Bold and the Beautiful, might escalate into some dangerous mayhem. Thanks for watching if you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.